Hello guys, welcome back. This is Onyema Anthony from Daily Programmer. So today I'm going to teach you a concept called map. So it's a way to organize structures as well, like a list. But this one contains different types. It can be any type. It has key value pairs. So it is stored in a key and a value pair. So when I give it the key, it returns the value. So it's a very important concept in that helps you to organize your data. So let's say I want to create a map of the key is a string, comma, the value is dynamic. Dynamic means it can be anything. It can be a string, it can be an integer, it can be whatever. And then I'll say Anthony. I'll create a things about myself. I'll say put equals to here. So look at how you create it. You say map with the capital M. This is generic as well, just like you see it in the list. I will still teach you this. You see it in the list. Then you have a string and then dynamics. So the string is the key, comma, and the dynamics is the value. So the key and the value. So let's say you have first one, you can have say name, put column, put Anthony, right? So anytime you want to reference my name, you use the key name. You say age and put the column. You can say 10. You can say married. You can say false. You can say country. You can say Nigeria. So as you can see, I have different things here. I have a string, I have an integer, I have a boolean, I have a string. So, but I'm storing all of them in one place, in this Anthony, but it contains all these objects. This is an object. So that is why the dynamic is here. If I put string here, string, it will not work. You see, it must accept the string. But here, dynamic ensures that anything you give it, it will accept. But this key here is always going to be a string. If you put an integer here, 4, it will throw an error because the key is not a string. So if I want to do something with this, I can say print Anthony. If I print Anthony, what will I have? I'll have everything, right? So if I say Anthony, get me the name of Anthony. Make sure you see here, to get the name, you put a square bracket and then you pass a string name because the key is name, right? You get Anthony. Let me use double quotation so that you will not say, I will not confuse you because here is double quotation, Anthony. If I want to get the age, I will say age. I will get the age as well. If I want to get the country, I will say country. Let's see what will happen. You see, the country is null because what? This is capital C and this is small c. So whenever it doesn't find the value, it returns a null. To not break your app, you just return a null because your app will stay working. It's just that you didn't give me, I didn't see it. I have an Anthony, I searched for it, I didn't see it here. So it returns a null. So as this thing is a list, you can still loop through it. Let me show you how you can still loop through it and print it one by one, either the key or the value. Let's say Anthony.keys for each print. Let me use arrow function. Okay, now let me go to the normal function. Let me forget about arrow function for now. Print element dot. Okay, let's print the element. So this is the keys. I'm printing the keys. I have name, age, married, country. For some reason, there are so many reasons you want to do that, which I've already worked with so many programs that does that. So if I say the values, I'll say values. I print it. I have Anthony, whatever. So this is a list now. This is a list. That's why it's an iterable. If you look at this place, you see it's an iterable. You see it's an iterable of dynamic. So iterable and list are similar in so many ways, but they are not exactly the same. But there are multiple items as well. So there's so many things you can do to this. Like I told you, you can loop through it. You can find the length. Let's take the length of this. Say print Anthony.length 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is it. That is the length. So you can use the length if you want to loop through it the other way, but like using the traditional for loop. So you can still say Anthony dot is empty. If you want to know if it is empty, if you want to remove, let's remove just like we did before. You remove it now, you use the key. So let me print Anthony. Let's see what will happen. I remove name. See, the name is missing, right? So I don't have to print it. I can just say Anthony.remove. That's why I'm getting the first one. So you can see the name is missing. If I say Anthony.remove age will be missing as well, but name is will come back. So you see, there are so many similar things you can do to map and also list. You can do clear. Let's do clear and see what you see. Clear is to remove everything. You see that after clearing, everything is now empty. If I come down here, I don't have any other thing. You see, make sure everything you are doing is sequential, step by step, from top to bottom. So if I print this thing up here, I will still have the value. Let me print it here before clearing it. If I print here, I'll still have the value here. Then the next one will be cleared. See, at this point, I have Anthony. Anthony is still available. When I call the clear function, it clears everything, and then when I print again, I don't have any other thing. So that is very, very important for you to understand. So let's see other things we can do. Show you so many things. So there's put if absent. Forget about this one. It's a little bit more advanced, but let me just find another simpler something. If you want to check if this is contains, it returns true. Sometimes you want to do that. So let me print it. Contains. Let's see if it contains the key name. True. It returns true because there's name here. Let's say I'll say state. Let me check the state of Anthony. See, false. It doesn't contain false. So if you want to know if the key is inside this place, you use this contains key. Let me see if there's contains value. Contains value. Yeah, there's contains value. If I have Anthony, contains value Anthony. It's true. But if I say contains value name, see, it's false. And another thing is that you cannot have two. This thing is called name. You cannot have two key. Value can be two or can be multiple, but you cannot have two key. You see, I'm already getting an error, a warning. The two keys in a map literally shouldn't be equal. So you cannot have two keys. You cannot even have, like, let's say age now. You cannot have two because there's already age. But you can have two values. Let's say height. Let's say my height is 10 meters. You can have two values. It doesn't have any problem with that. But the civil key, it can only have one key. So let me print it again. Let me see. It can only have one key. So I think that's it for this tutorial. I've teach you guys the map, and I don't understand anything, just send me a message in the comment section and I'll try as much as possible to respond. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.